All right. Well, I'm staying at Thousand Trails in Vegas, and the park actually is not too bad. The sites are really tight. There's not a lot of room between the sites. They got them marked on the ground here, yeah, there, and a spot there. But really, it's actually okay. I mean, you can see like right there, they're pretty close together in the backside. Um, but all in all, it's not bad. I thought it'd be kind of a little fishy, but they've got barbed wire. It sounds scary. They got barbed wire around most of the park, around the outside fences. You can see that they're gravel, and they got some paved roads through here. They have good security, as far as I can tell. They wanted you to check on the way in. They wanted your vehicle registration, and they wanted your driver's license information. They have a whole bunch of security cameras set up in the front desk, the front thing, and I guess the ranger station opens 24/7, and and there's gates going in and out, so security gates. Now, they had problems in the past with I think homeless coming in and stuff like that, but like I said, there's barbed wire all the way around the whole park, and really only one way in besides over the barbed wire fence. And it's so you can see that these sites are pretty tight. Somebody didn't park in the right spot because there's the edge and there's the edge, really tight. But for staying in Vegas, for staying in Vegas at Thousand Trails, for free, there's a casino. The station casino is literally, well, you have to walk out of the park to get to it with a little bit, but it's literally like 0.7 miles, half a mile down the road, really close. Now these sites up here are kind of nice. They got their own little space, but still, again, not too bad. I mean, they got their own spacing, they're spaced apart pretty good, but most of them are pretty tight. So Vegas, thumbs up for me. Thousand Trails. So front gate, 2 gates here, 1 gate on the other side. Cabin rentals here also. There's the station. The Boulder Station casino is right there. So it really isn't that far. You just gotta walk out and then just down Boulder Avenue, and I think you're there. Check out the bathroom real quick. So here's one little laundry room here. Folding table, but this is just one station. And then there's another little laundry thing on the other side of the building. Oh, I can't remember what the code was. So yeah, your camping pass is going to cost you about $700 for the year, but you can get those on sale. That's the whole thing. I haven't purchased it at full price. I have purchased my camping pass the last 2 times I've bought them. They have an annual sale. The best one I've seen is like $150 off, roughly. So if you can find it better than $150 off, see how tight they are down there? $150 off. That's a pretty good deal. So if you think about it, your average cost in an RV park for me was about $40. So if I stay someplace for a week, 7 days, 280. I stay for 2 weeks. I pay for basically the camping pass, and so anything beyond 2 weeks, then it's all free camping. So I haven't really paid for this year's membership yet. I've had four nights so far using Thousand Trails, so I still have a little bit more to do. And see, now I just booked Seaside. Oh, that was the thing I was going to tell you about. So here, I'm going to stop right here for a second and tell you about this real quick. So sorry I don't put the camera much on me, but I'll sit there and tell you a little bit about what happened. Seaside. Okay, so I was trying to book Seaside, and I only have the 60-day window, and it said that it was full for the dates I wanted to go. So what I've learned with Seaside, or what I've learned with Thousand Trails, is keep trying So what I do is every day, twice a day. This sounds horrible, but there is going to be a point in time when you're going to have to make alternate reservations. So twice a day, I check Seaside to see if anybody else has canceled their membership, and when they cancel their membership, you can sneak in and get some. So I kind of check around my dates. Like I'll go one day less or one day on the end and the beginning and the end of my dates that I want, and see if anything opens up. And then once I get a reservation, I can keep checking to see if I can expand that reservation. So I've been doing this for about a week. I check once or twice a day, and it opened up today. So a week after I started doing it, I checked. All of my dates opened up for my Seaside, Oregon 1,000 Trails. So I've got that week booked. Then I'm putting the trailer into storage. Well, my mom has surgery, and we'll be helping her out. And then at the end of that, I will be booking more sites along Oregon, and try to just keep this process going. But I only got a 60-day booking window, so we're going to be doing 2 weeks at the end of in July. If I can try and get that, it'll be 2 weeks in 1,000 Trails, 1 week out, and 2 weeks in. It's a process, but that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the summer. Hey, while in Vegas, we ended up staying at the Treasure Island. We weren't planning on staying on the Strip, but it's just the way it worked out. So we took advantage of this time to maybe see some things that we hadn't seen before and do some things that were on our list to do in Vegas. This is the Treasure Island room, and our only view out our window, which kept closed, was the Trump Tower sitting over there in the gold tall building. So one of the things that we took advantage of was we wanted to see the Sphere. So you can actually, this is the sky bridge between the Wynn Hotel and the Palazzo and Venetian. You can get a great view from the sky bridge or on the street sidewalk down there where the little arrow is by the Wynn. And you can just sit here and watch it. So that's the sky bridge that's actually labeled. And there's the Wynn, and across the street is the Palazzo. Now, if you want some good places to eat, my suggestion would be the Grand Lux. It is very similar to a cheesecake factory. It's actually a sister of the Cheesecake Factory. There are two. There's one in the Palazzo and one in the Venetian. The food is really good and the prices are very reasonable. So if you're going to the Sphere, maybe go to the Grand Lux, have some dinner, and then use the Sphere Sky Bridge to access the Sphere so that you're out from outside the sun. Here's some food at the Grand Lux. It was delicious. And after dinner, we made our way to see a magician comedy show, Justin Willman. I would recommend seeing him if he's in your town. The show was good. After that, the next day, we went and saw the Beatles' Love show at the Mirage. And we chose to see this because this might be the last opportunity to see it, since the show seems to be leaving after years of performance. The last dates are in July. This is normal view from our seat, section 206, row 0 or O, row O, seats 10 and 11. And then there are seats behind me. So you can see there's the floor section, there's the section that we're in right there, and then there's an upper section back in there. Well, we were glad to see the show, the Cirque du Soleil Beatles Love show, since it was leaving. It wasn't disappointing, but we didn't feel wowed by this. We're glad we saw it, but having seen it once, we probably would never have seen this again if we'd seen it once. It was good, but not fantastic. So we're excited to come back to Vegas and see another show. So this is the Arts District. It's located near Fremont Street, downtown Vegas. It's really a nice place to come and hang out. They have good restaurants. So they have a lot of antiques stores, clothes and stores, and then of course there's a guy down there, just a homeless guy, just yelling profanities. And this is closer to downtown Fremont, so that's what you're going to find too. If you didn't watch my video in Vegas about a year ago, I did one on Container Park, and that was at the end of Fremont Street, and that is another area that's really on the opposite side of this one. So this is the Arts District, and then there's the other side, which is Container Park. So very great places to come if you're in Vegas to get away from just downtown. You can explore the Arts District, a lot of good eats down here, head into Fremont Street, go through Fremont Street, and then go into Container Park. It's a good loop for a day. All right, well, this is inside the Sphere, just the Venetian entrance. There are a lot of people out there waiting to get in from the Venetian Bridge entrance. That's a lot of people. We have more family members coming in the normal way. I'll show you more pictures once we get inside. They have a 30-40 minute robot thing on the outside, so we're going to take a look at that. Obviously a lot of people near the robot. You'd like to ask questions and things, but that's just the way it is. It says number one is productivity. I'm sure it is AI driven. Welcome to Westworld.
Oh my goodness, this is only the fifth puppy dog and fifth animal I have ever met in my entire life. Who is this puppy dog? Did you say Patty? Ah, Betty. Hello, Betty. I am Ona. I am a robot. How old is Benny? Hello, Benny. You are a lot older than I am. Can I ask you for some advice?
Our creators, with an exceptional amount of control. Previously unheard of. Another. Are you ready to rock?
The spotlights represent music.
I can't hear you. Are you ready to rock? Excellent.
Saxophone?
Right.
Okay.
Here's the guitar. So it's like directional sound. So far, very cool. They have 4 robots. The one in the center that's got the big speakers and the music is the one you can hear the most. It's got the projection. These ones you can't hear very good, but my son was saying exactly the same thought. It's like, it's teaching you about directional audio, which is pretty cool. And why don't they use that same technology on all of these, where the voice is directed in a direction so that everybody can hear it a little bit better. So anyways, they have these neat little 3-dimensional visuals here. There's beer drinks. I'm gonna go take out the kitchen and the drinks over here. And then eventually, here in a few minutes, we're going to be going up to our seats. So there's 4 robots and a few odds and ends to see in the pre-show. So we're in section, and for reference, we're going to be in section 308 for visual section reference. And it will be row 7. 308, row 7. Well, once you're inside the sphere, you will notice that it has very, very steep stairs. So be very careful going down. One of the things you'll notice is that the whole dome is a screen, and not just that one screen at the bottom that you see there. So the whole screen will be illuminated in time. This is a show that I think is definitely worth seeing, and you should probably budget it in your Vegas trip. It's an experience that you should have at least once in your life. And honestly, I don't think that there is a bad seat in the house. I think being up is maybe a little bit better than being low. So, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents being here one time. Alright, this is a normal camera view.
Oh, yeah. What's the baby?
And I kind of worried about him. But still, we grew.
Here comes the high roller. 30 minutes all the way around. Air conditioned. Seats and standing. Reservations. They don't make reservations, but you can buy your tickets in advance just in case they sell out, which we did. All right. Well, it moves, like I said, 30 minutes a rotation, so it doesn't really stop to load and offload. The high roller is 550 feet tall. At one time, it was the tallest in the world. Observation wheel. I believe there might be something taller in Dubai, but each pod can hold up to 40 people, which would make this impossible to enjoy. Our pod today had about 10 to 12 people. We were able to freely roam back and forth, lots of room to view every side of the pod, and there are seats within the pod itself. The Sphere is the world's largest LED screen. It is 366 feet tall, 516 feet wide. The outside animation is created with these 1.2 million LED pucks. sure do miss the show that they used to have here at Treasure Island. Forgot what it's exactly called. It was the sirens, I don't know, and the pirates. But it was sure a nice show. They used to perform here. And now you just get these nice decorative features outside of Treasure Island. It's a gorgeous day. It's going to be a little hot though, about 85. I know you guys that live in Vegas, that's a cold day probably. I'm on hunt for coffee. The lines are long. Big car. Little trunk.
The story of Atlantis will show you truth. Atlas, king of Atlantis, is alive. Listen to him speak of his city's ruin. His kingdom was destroyed by foolish pride.
Choose me. I touch presence of the ticking sky, and black fires moving from my heart.
Oh, sister, your precious grace is waiting. The rest of this earth is my duty to save, so I'm forced to send Atlantis to its watery grave. The sun.
So this was on our $8 bet.
Ooh, I need 3 more grand. We just got that back.
Paris, inside the Paris casino. So the Flamingo has a high music hopping swimming pool